But thank you guys for tuning in again for Model Chat with Cole. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can stay snatched during Corona. I am going to be bringing on a special guest, a very good friend of mine and special guest, who is an expert in all things snatched. So if you want to know how to, maintain during quarantine, then definitely stay tuned. So my special guest is a very good friend of mine. Her name is Ashley Dalton, and she is an international makeup artist as well as a beauty connoisseur. So she has worked with the likes of BET, Essence Magazine, VH1, Nylon Magazine, Mizani, you name it. You have probably seen her work. You've seen her work on celebrities, on red carpets, in shows, magazines, everything. She and I first met, I think it may have been like, how long ago was that? It had to be like 4 or 5 years ago. And we actually met on a editorial photo shoot in in Jamaica. That's where we met. And we just remained friends ever since then. That was earlier in my career when I was first getting started and I was shooting with photographer Shamayam. You've seen his work also. He's been featured in Time magazine. He does amazing work. You guys check him out. But yeah, Ashley and I met on the set of our editorial shoots in Jamaica, and we just stayed in contact ever since then. And she's done amazing things between then and now. So I'm really proud of her. You guys can check out her brand. Her Instagram name is Ashley Dalton _ and she will be joining us in a few minutes. But until then, I'd love to know again where everybody is tuning in from. So go ahead and leave a comment with your city. And hello to everybody that's just joining. Sorry, my dog was making noise. So we got one from East Hampton, New Jersey. Hey, New Jersey. If you don't know, I am Jersey born and raised. I am a Jersey girl. We have one from Ghana. Thank you for joining in. We're more than happy to have you. Oh, I always mess this up. I know we have one from Paris for sure. San Diego, okay. Wow, Wisdom LA just tuned in. If you guys have not checked out Wisdom LA, it's an incredible experience. Definitely an incredible experience. I went to their exhibition in LA and I've never seen anything like it. Truly, I have never seen anything like it. You're literally walking into a dome of visual art, and it's mind-blowing. ATL, what up? I actually got plans for Atlanta. I'm not gonna give it away just yet because it's still in the works, but I got some big plans for Atlanta. So you guys look out for that. If you guys have any questions now for me, I'm definitely answering anything as it pertains to the modeling industry, getting started, pitfalls, red flags, look out for. Definitely here to answer those questions and anything else actually means. Shoot. On my last live, I spoke with one of my models, Bree, about some of the disparities behind the scenes of the modeling industry as it pertains to being a model of color. And she was able to weigh in with her experience after joining my boot camp in Paris last season. Which is, I'm still taking applications, so anybody that's interested in modeling in either Paris, London, Milan, Hawaii, New York, or Atlanta, please apply at the Modelpreneur Bootcamp and I will take care of you. Any suggestions for me getting into male modeling? Male modeling is a lane that I don't know a whole lot about. I honestly say that. I know it's much more difficult for guys than it is for women. The opportunities are fewer and far between, so it kind of depends on what type of modeling you'd like to get into. Daquan, for you, I mean, obviously I would definitely go the route of using your brand to get into sports modeling and then segueing that into fashion if that's something that you want to do. And if you are not already following Modelpreneur magazine, definitely check that out, because that's another platform that I use to provide resources, tips and tricks and opportunities as it pertains to the modeling industry. So, Modelpreneur magazine. Any tip of how to get started in modeling? I always tell my models that it always comes down to networking. Networking etiquette is one of my key pillars to success as far as modeling is concerned, especially if you're a freelance model. A lot of models think that they automatically have to get with an agency, but that's not the route to go if you don't know what you're doing. That's a way to get easily taken advantage of. What you want to do is educate yourself on the industry first, and then find avenues in which you can promote yourself and start reaching out to people. People like to work with people who they like. So whenever you get on a set or you get in an atmosphere where there's other industry professionals, just mingle, start asking questions, be inquisitive, be upbeat, be positive. People like to work with people who they like. So leave an impression. That's how I got a lot of my jobs in the beginning. I started off how did I start off? Honestly, after I finished playing basketball, after my knee injury, I wasn't walking for 4 months. So once I was literally back on my feet, I went to New York. I went out to New York and stayed on a friend's couch for maybe a weekend or so. And I just started going to open calls. I didn't know necessarily what I was doing at first. I did my research and found some open calls. Little did I know that these were all open calls for New York Fashion Week. So I started going to open calls and all that, and I got a lot of callbacks. And once I started getting into the shows, I did exactly what I told you, is I started talking to my makeup artist, talking to my designer, talking to photographers, and just getting to know people. And from there, they started referring me on other jobs. We started working, it's just a snowball effect. It really is. How often should you change your look as far as a black model hair-wise? Honestly, it's up to you. I change my look every day. I change my look with my outfit. It's however I feel, to be quite honest. In the beginning of my career, I would say I was the wig queen, but that had more to do with hair teams not necessarily knowing how to manage my natural hair. So I ended up wearing wigs a lot just so they wouldn't damage my natural hair. But yeah, one of the most important things about being a model is being versatile. So if you look through my portfolio or even through my Instagram, you'll see a ton of different looks, because I am so adamant about showing the versatility of black models. how expensive is it to overcome all the obstacles? I mean, just like any career that you plan to be successful in, you do have to make an investment. It's an investment. Whether you're investing in good shots, whether you're investing in your makeup, whether you're investing in your hair, whether you're investing to get to and from these castings, like, it's an investment. You are paying. So when models say that, oh, I don't pay to model, that's a lie. That's not true at all. If you're not paying to model, then you're not really doing it. When I first started out, I knew that I needed quality shots for my portfolio, and I wasn't expecting someone, I didn't feel entitled to someone's time to where, like, I didn't have a name for myself and they would just shoot me for free. I was prepared to make that investment, to pay for their time, to pay for quality. So yes, you do pay to model. It is an investment, the same way as you would invest in a course to learn something new, the same way as you would invest in school or whatever. It's an investment if you want to be good. So Ashley has just joined us, so I'm going to go ahead and cue her in. Again, please welcome her. She is a good friend of mine, and I look forward to introducing her to you guys. Nietzsche, get down. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So Ashley is joining us in a second.
Hi.
Hey.
I was like literally trying to set up my camera, and I was like, can I set it up sideways, like a wide view? But I don't think on live you can do it wide.
No, I don't think so
either. Do
either.
it this way, the iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, that sucks, because I wanted to catch, like, y'all get a little view on my face or whatever. But it's all good.
Right.
Hello, everyone.
So I was telling them that you are an international makeup artist.
Oh, come on. Come on with the lingo. Thank you.
As well as an expert and beauty connoisseur in all things Snatched.
Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you.
So again, Ashley and I met on an editorial shoot that we were both doing in Jamaica.
That was many moons ago.
How long ago was that?
Like 5 years or something, was it?
Wow.
I feel like it. It was like 5 years ago. It was in 2016.
Wow.
Yeah, it was in like 2016.
Okay.
And I feel like we were both like young, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. We were like both trying to find our way in the world. And looking back, I'm like, damn, I'm not the same girl, and I'm sure you're not the same woman that you were when you initially started your journey, which is a blessing. But then when you think back, you're like, oh my gosh, I could have done this. I could have been a lot more confident in my abilities and my talents. You know what I mean? But God just prepares things when it's time. So
timing's everything.
Time is everything.
So tell me about what you have going on right now. I know that you are busy even during these times.
Listen, I'm getting the girl snatched because apparently there's a whole pandemic, but people still want to look good. The girls are still out here. They still want to be snatched. They still want to look beautiful. So my waist training business has been going really well. I am speaking to some brides right now about doing some wedding makeup and things like that. So things are pretty good.
Steady.
I'm just trying to keep the momentum. You know what I mean? Keep things going and flowing.
So I was giving them a rundown of your resume, but like, tell me some of the brands that you've worked with.
Brands.
I mean, like brands, companies, all that.
Okay.
Like, give them the resume. Give them the resume.
Okay, so I am a makeup artist, and I've been a makeup artist for the last 6 years, but I never count the first 2 because I feel like I was getting it all wrong to get it right. You know what I mean? Like, I was working on my friends, my family, whoever would sit in my chair, I would just do their makeup. And then I got my first really big opportunity with Black Girls Rock, which is with BET Networks. And from there, things started to roll. I had an opportunity to work with Angela Yee for 1 year. And looking back now, I'm like, damn, there were certain things I wasn't ready for that I'm ready for today. Like if I knew then what I know now, but that's a part of growth, right?
Yep.
So now, I do work with companies. I do work with brides. I still do a few celebrity things here and there. But my focus right now is just creating a space, or like we were talking about before, like streams of income where I'm not constantly doing makeup for doing makeup for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I love doing makeup. I love making women feel good from the inside out. I want to do styling. I want to do makeup. I want to do fitness. I just want the girls to come to me and be like, girl, give me all of that.
Get me together.
You know what
Get
I
me
mean?
together.
So that's where I am in my life. And things are starting to roll. Everything I ever wanted 6 years ago when I initially started is finally starting to manifest. And only because I'm finally putting in the work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then it's like it's all those seeds that you planted. All those seeds that you planted like over the course of time are just starting to grow.
Yes, and I realized that everything takes time. And when you guys think about it, think about a baby. A baby, you know, mom and dad, whoever, you know, they have intimacy, but the baby's not born the very next day. It takes 9 months for something beautiful, for a life to be created. So think about that when it comes to your career or anything that you're doing. You don't want to rush it. It takes time. Give it time.
Absolutely. So we talked just before this live, and we were talking about how you have to be the number one promoter of your brand. Like you have to be your biggest fan. And how much has, you know, telling your story helped your brand grow?
Oh my gosh, tremendously. And it's so crazy because even through makeup and even through waist training, when I would put up my clients, I'm like, y'all don't see this cheekbone work. Y'all don't see this highlighting. Like, y'all don't see this girl. She has a before and after her waist. But the moment that I started to tell my story and put myself out there, that's when my sales did well. That's when I got called for makeup jobs. It's so weird because I would think they would want to see someone else. But the moment I started telling my story, my truth, my business started to grow tremendously. Okay, like you have to put yourself out there. You have to tell your story. You have to just, because there's someone in the middle of Tennessee, there's someone in the middle of South Africa or UK. Girls from all over the world reach out to me and they're like, Ashley, I needed this. Like, you inspired me. So tell your truth, tell your story. You don't know who's going through the same exact thing you're going through.
Absolutely. So I noticed that you were having events. Can you tell me a little bit about those events?
So I was doing something called Beginning in Beauty, where I would have aspiring makeup artists or beauty professionals, nail techs, hairstylists, makeup artists come into a space. And I made it really affordable because I know when I was starting out, I didn't really have that much money to go to like the top-notch events and things like that. So I made it really affordable for women to come in and just have a conversation and tell me their fears, their worries, their truth. And kind of tell me where they wanted to be in a year. And I basically mapped out many baby steps that they needed to do to grow and move forward. And sometimes those baby steps wasn't like, okay, if you wanted to create a lash line, go get the lashes. No, sometimes those baby steps was, girl, you need to get up at 8 a.m. every day. Like, it starts there.
Yeah, it starts there.
Like, have a routine. You know what I mean? And I was teaching them that, like, when you have a routine or a ritual in your life, it helps to grow your business. Every day when I wake up, I pray for 10 minutes. I watch, like, some type of sermon for 10 minutes. I read a little bit of scripture, and then I start my day. I've done that for the past 30 days. It has changed my life and changed my business. I'm not saying you have to pray. I'm not saying you got to believe in God. But I'm saying you need to have some type of ritual that works for you every single day so you can start manifesting what exactly you want. So at that event, I was teaching them that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just the basics. And giving them the meat and potatoes that I didn't get when I was starting out. Because I remember I was young, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, cute. Didn't need foundation, didn't need under-eye concealer, and now I need the fix, okay? It's different nowadays. So I was telling them, like, yeah, like, this is, I wish someone told me this. I wish someone was there to guide me or hold my hand. what I'm telling y'all is the truth. You have to just put in that work. Like, do it.
Yeah.
I promise you, it will all work out. So that's all it was about, showing up for them in a way that someone couldn't show up for me because they were fearful, jealous, or just going through their own stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you mentioned about having a routine, because that was something that I really needed to adopt. I'm very much like a creative, like free spirit. Like structure was my downfall. Like, because I have so many ideas and stuff. Sometimes it's hard for me to like hone in and just like attack it one at a time. But one thing that's really helped me start a routine and maintain that routine is this app. It's called Routinery. So what it does is it helps you to begin to have a routine by adjusting your behaviors. So creating the habit that will create the routine. So it's like I create a routine down to the minute, and it's like it's on a timer. So I'm doing it everything. So between 7:30 and 9 a.m. I'm getting like 10 things done. But like those 10 things, it's little things. It's little things that I need reminders of, because it'll be like, wake up, drink your water, like take your vitamins, like meditate, like all that, stretch, like all those things that I just really need in my everyday routine. I get that done between 7:30 and 9, and that app has really helped me get that done.
Amen. And I'm sure it's changed like just the rhythm of your day and how you do things. Like routine really helps you out. I'm telling you, I don't know if it's like a portal or something, but when you do the same kind of thing every day, it just helps the flow of everything.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
But yeah, no, for sure. I've definitely noticed a tremendous difference in acquiring a routine. Do you happen to follow Dana Chanel?
I've heard of Dana Chanel. I watched her videos. Just be honest, I don't follow her on Instagram, but she does preach a good word.
Yeah. But one thing like that I've really taken from her is like, if you know, it's like she's posting every day about her businesses. So going along with what you said about telling your story and talking about your business, like that's something that I've really taken from her as well. Like it's constant. Like she's posting maybe even more than once a day, but it's always her business is incorporated in that post somehow, whether she's wearing like the business on a t-shirt or whatever. Like she's always pushing her business.
Every single day. You have to be consistent and not only tell your story, but be authentic about your story. You know, Be truthful, be transparent. People can relate to that. The average person doesn't even have the courage to leave their job and become an entrepreneur. So when they see you doing it and just going through the motions, that can inspire them to just really take action. You know what I mean?
Right. So let's talk about these waist trainers. Okay. Because when I first started getting into modeling, like I did try waist training, for the simple fact that like I was an athlete, so I still had a very athletic shape, and I was very straight. I was very straight up and down. So I wanted me a little hourglass figure, whatever. So I mean I can actually attribute that to the shape that I have now, is because I was doing that.
Wow. Isn't it like amazing what waist trainers can do? And a big reason I got into waist training is, like you said, I wanted more of an hourglass shape. And I don't have no coins to be laying down on the table and getting sturdy. Okay? I want to invest that in something else.
Right.
Okay? But waist training is a great alternative if you don't have the money for surgery, if you're questioning your shape, if you're not sure what you want to do. There's nothing wrong with surgery. I have friends who have done that. But if your budget is not surgery ready, and if your mind is not there either, because some people already lay down on the table, and then it's like you fast forward, you get your body done, but your mind hasn't caught up. So you still feel crazy, right? And you're still going back to the surgeon. Hey, Soph, still going back to the surgeon trying to get something else. No, when you put in the work, when I go to the gym, when I bike ride, there's a different level of confidence I walk around with because I worked for this.
Right.
I put the time into this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want women to feel. Yes, it's about the waist training, but it's also about that inside out. And I know that's cliche, but I want them to feel good. Like, I did this.
Mm-hmm.
And you can too. It's possible. You know what I mean? So waist training helps me get snatched. Okay. It also pushes up the boobs a little bit. If y'all see my boobs a little bit higher, it is the waist trainer. It helps.
It is the waist trainer.
It is. It helps to lift them up a little bit. But yes, it's a great alternative. Like, if you're looking for, you know, like, if you can't afford the surgeries and stuff, like, just put on a waist trainer. I promise you, it will help. It will work. I'm
glad you said what you said about putting in the work, because from what I understand about the surgeries, it's if you don't continue to work out, or if you don't do some kind of workout, pick up some kind of workout regimen after that, it'll come right back.
It will. And it'll go to another place. So that's what I was told. Like, there's a girl who got surgery. She gained weight. So it won't go to your stomach if they sucked out the stomach. It'll go to your arm or like to your face. Wow. The weight transfers to a different part of your body.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Too much to think about. Just too much to think about. Hi, Karen.
If you have the workout regimen beforehand, then it's nothing to keep it up. Like waist training, I feel like waist training is a better, safer alternative for sure.
It is. And just fitness and just creating a lifestyle, you know, that suits and fits your needs. So even if you're doing a sweatband, you don't have to do a waist trainer. If that's too intense, get a sweatband. Find something that works best for you. Put that on. Get in the gym. Let's say you're not ready to work out. Just walk in. I need you to get there. Walk in and walk back out. You know what I mean? Just
baby steps.
So just take it day by day. It's a process, and you have to be patient with yourselves. It's going to take time.
So can you tell the people the difference between a waist trainer and a corset, for those that don't know?
Okay, and I'm gonna also say a sweatband. So a sweatband is great because a sweatband is going to sweat out your midsection, right? You're going to lose belly fat. However, unlike the waist trainer has boning in it. So the boning helps to structure and contour, that's the correct word, contour your shape. So you have more of the hourglass. The sweatband, you'll sweat out the fat, but you'll still be square.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And then a waist trainer helps to pinch it in more. So let's say you go through your waist training process, you have now gotten down to extra small. But now you just want your waist to be invisible. You start corsetting. Corsetting is a lot more intense. That's like if you're ready to be a size 22, 20 waist, 18.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's more like next level.
Yeah.
Ripley's Believe It or Not waist. Hi, Bucola. It's all about starting. Exactly.
And they can get all of these things from your store, right?
Yes, they can get all the things from my store. And I have to promote my YouTube page more. I have a YouTube page, and that has helped my waist training business tremendously. I posted a video. It kind of went crazy. And I was like, oh, nah, okay. I'm going to hear about this stuff. All right. So, yeah, so you can go to Ashley's Waist Gang. I have an Instagram. I have also ashleyswaistgang.com, and just check out stuff. Ask me questions. I'm not about pressuring people into buying a waist trainer. If mine doesn't work, there's J Scope. She's a Black-owned business, Black waist trainer business, and Waist Snatchers is another Black-owned waist trainer business. So if the coin's not going up to my pocket, please support another Black waist trainer business. That's how I feel. Point blank. Period.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, was there anything else that you wanted the people to know before we wrap things up? I mean, we can go through and look at some questions. I know a few were coming through as we were talking.
Guys, yes, that would be good if people can ask some questions. Let's take some questions. But I also wanted to be known that I know people may be having a bad day, be going through something. It could have been a tough week. But I want to remind everyone that we're living through a pandemic right now. You're surviving. The first of the month just passed and your rent was paid. And those things are very important. You have food to eat. You're on this live. So just remember, we're in the middle of a pandemic and you're still alive and things can still work out for you. So
Absolutely.
Don't worry about a thing. Pray.
Right. There's this one quote that I really like, and it's, worry is the expense paid on a debt you may never owe.
Mm.
Like, so why worry? Like, you don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know what the future holds. So again, worry is the expense paid on a debt you may never owe.
Amen. Amen. Put in the work. We all have the time. Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you. So as it pertains to like your diet,
Okay.
what does your diet look like?
So in the morning I eat oatmeal, 2 packs to be specific. It doesn't matter what brand of oatmeal you get. You can get any brand. You can get the Supermart brand, that's affordable. You can get Quaker Oats. It doesn't matter. Get 2 packs. Eat that every morning. I drink some water. If I'm still a little hungry, I'll do a banana or an apple with some strawberries. In the afternoon, I'll usually have like maybe some guac with plantains. The plantains have starch, or sometimes I'll have like leftovers. If I have the chorizo, it's like a fake sausage, soy brand from Whole Foods.
Yeah.
And I'll put that in like a collard green wrap, and then I'll eat that. So that's really good. What else do I have? I have the jackfruit. Jackfruit?
Oh, I love jackfruit.
So good.
I love jackfruit.
Barbecue. Good. Okay. So I'll have that, and I still eat fish. So I'll have salmon once in a while, maybe a tuna sandwich. But I think what's most important is I stay away from carbs, and I keep snacks out of my house. I don't have snacks.
Yeah.
No snacks.
Yeah. I can't I cannot have them in the house. Like, I have no willpower when it comes to snacks, so I don't buy them. Like, just keep them away from me.
I don't. I love a good salt and pepper. I mean, salt and vinegar. I love a good barbecue chip. Haagen-Dazs, the dairy version. I gotta stay away from it. You know, sugar sits on your stomach and things like that. So I struggle with eating. I love potato chips and chocolate. See?
I love chocolate too. I'm a chocolate vegan.
Stay away. If you're gonna eat chocolate, substitute it for like a dairy-free version. And potato chips, what I do is I create kale chips. So I'll buy a bag of kale, put a little olive oil, a little garlic salt, put it in the oven for 15 minutes, and it got the crackle and the crunch. You're gonna love it. No, it's so good. It's so good.
I don't think I've ever had any. Have I? I don't think I've ever had kale chips before.
Yes, you have to make them. I think I ate them when I first started making them. I made about 4 batches in one day. I was just like, okay, this is a little excessive, but it was so good. It's so good.
Some other really good like healthy snacks. I like why is it slipping my mind? Roasted chickpeas.
Roasted chickpeas?
Yes. Roasted chickpeas are a really good snack. Season them up, put them in the oven for a little while.
Okay,
yes.
I have to try roasting chickpeas. Okay.
And also like cauliflower, like any type of way. The barbecue.
Like the mac and cheese, I had something from Whole Foods, but it was like $6. Kind of crazy. It was a Good Friday, so I just bought it. And they put you sprinkle the cheese in a pack already. It's almost like ready-made mac and cheese, but it was just collard greens. It was really good. I mean cauliflower. It was really good. It was really, really good.
That sounds good.
What do you eat? Because you're tall and thin. What's your
You know what? It's like I keep it very simple. I don't eat a lot of fried food. I don't eat a lot of processed sugar, and I don't eat like a lot of fatty things. I do eat fish, but I don't eat red meat either.
No red.
So like with that diet, it actually helps me. I don't actually work out as much to maintain my shape because my diet is clean.
Which is good, yeah. And diet, I feel like, is kind of more important than working out in a way. Because, think about it. Vegans or raw vegans, they'll go vegan or raw vegan, lose all this weight, and never step a foot in the gym.
Yeah.
So diet is like a big part of trying to maintain and lose weight. You have to find a way to stay away from the ice cream, the cookies, the cake, the snacks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And just like we were saying, find some healthy alternatives. You know what? Ben and Jerry's has a really good dairy-free ice cream.
And it hits. It
My
hits.
favorite one is like I think it's Netflix and Chill. They have this one flavor that's called Netflix and Chill. It is so good.
Check that out.
It is dairy free.
Dairy free. Okay, so these are great alternatives, ladies. Think about this: Ben and Jerry's. We said kale chips, no red meat. These are things you have to think about because you could buy the sweatband, the waist trainer, and guess what? Put it on. It's not a magic pill. It's not going to disappear, and you're just eating what you want to. So change your diet and make small changes, like one day at a time. Don't try to cut chocolate out, chips out all at once. Just take one thing, just one. You know?
I mean, even changing your diet has like so many effects. Like it affects your skin too.
It sure does. It sure
Increase
does.
the water intake also.
And sea moss. Oh my gosh. So my mentor gave me sea moss. So I was struggling with something called folliculitis. When my skin was breaking out really bad. It was tiny bumps on my chest, on the sides of my face. And that's the biggest reason I changed my diet. And even in changing my diet, going raw vegan, I still wasn't seeing a change in the folliculitis. It kind of calmed down, but it didn't completely disappear. Sea moss. When I tell you sea moss, putting that on your skin will clear everything up. It was like night and day. Sea moss. But you have to get the authentic sea moss. You can put it in your smoothies, put it in your food. I wouldn't eat it like just, regular, but put it in something and put it on your skin. It helps.
I'm glad you brought that up. Definitely glad you brought that up because I've actually been hearing a lot about sea moss lately, and I wasn't sure like what all benefits it had.
Sea moss is so good. The authentic type, and I think he got it from Jamaica, so they get it from the ocean. Do all the things like sea moss. Has anyone in here tried sea moss? Let us know. Or were you curious about sea moss?
I've also heard about something called maca root. I don't even know if I'm saying that. It's MACA root.
Maca root.
It's supposed to have a lot of health benefits, but also if you're looking to get thick during quarantine, it also helps in that area as well.
Honey, I could always use a little extra hip. Listen, okay. Get some maca root.
Okay, let me look through these questions. So somebody did ask, how should you start waist training?
I started waist training about 5 years ago when I started my weight loss journey. And I want to say maybe 6 months to a year into working out, I started waist training. It was becoming popular at that time. I feel like Kim K started wearing it or something, but I was a lot more discreet about it. I was more embarrassed when I first started wearing it. And I remember a girl calling me out. She called me out and she was a public figure. And she was like, oh my gosh, I don't know why girls wear waist trainers under their clothes. They need to just work out. And I was like, you know what? She right, sis was right though, because I was still a little fluffy. And I had it under, and it was poking out. It was bad. But now I just live in my truth and I just wear it out. I'd be like, yeah, I got it on.
Because who business is anyway? I look good. That's all you need to worry about.
No, period. So yeah, that was the biggest reason I started. And just to kind of contour my shape a lot more. So it gives the illusion of bigger, bum and breasts. You know what I mean? Because I'm really small in person. I'm 135 pounds. I'm 5'2". I'm so tiny. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I needed something to give a little bit more shape, curve.
Right. And let's not act like waist training and courses don't go back.
Right. Way back.
back.
People have been doing this for years. 4 years. And I still get the craziest questions. Or people, they troll, so they got
right.
time.
So I'm still going through these questions without. One person asked, are there legitimate positive Black companies that can grow a model? And you know what? I'm glad you asked. Because my business, the Modelpreneur Bootcamp, is exactly that. And so it is Black owned. But what we do is we just give models the resources, tools, and opportunities that, aren't usually given to freelance models, I'll say. So what I do is I partnered with fashion weeks in Paris, London, and Milan to provide these models with the opportunities. So leading up to their actual debut in these fashion weeks, we do a week of training, which includes runway 101, pose and movement, networking etiquette, social media branding. And then we also they get to shoot with a world-renowned photographer in the studio for a beauty campaign shoot, as well as an editorial shoot featuring some of the Fashion Week designers. So it is a jam-packed experience, but a life-changing experience nonetheless. These girls, they leave, girls and guys, as a matter of fact, they leave with they leave having expanded their own brand, have met people internationally, expanded their network, and expanding their point of view.
And you have taken models all over the world, like to Paris, you name someplace, Egypt. Like, you've taken models all over the world who would not have seen, or be in that space or that country if it weren't for you. So I think that's beautiful. They not only get to visit a country, but they get to work,
Right. And I think it's very important that what I wanted was for them to be able to do it with a group. Because I know when I was doing it alone, and how much harder it can be when you're doing it by yourself. So since I've already been through that terrain, and I've made the connections necessary and created the opportunities, so now that you can do it as a group and feel have a sense of community about it.
That's beautiful. Somebody said, this is provided in what states?
This is provided everywhere. But right now we're currently based in Los Angeles and Atlanta. But the models that join me in Paris, London, and Milan, they come from all over the world. So I've had models from all different states as well as all different countries that join us in Paris, London, and Milan for this experience. Okay. And we are still taking applications. So you can find the page by going to my personal bio, and you'll see at Modelpreneur Bootcamp where you can find more information. I wanted to ask you, you kind of already mentioned how work is still remaining steady for you during this time. What are some adjustments that you've had to make on your set?
Adjustments for work?
Due to the pandemic and all.
I guess for my online business, the one thing is I can't accept returns anymore. So that's one adjustment. So if you buy it, it really doesn't fit. It's kind of like a loss. But because we don't know who has, things like that, it's a risk that you kind of have to take. But I'm pretty much I'll email my customers once they order, and I'm like, hey, what's your sizing? Send me a picture of your midsection, just so there's no discrepancies before I ship it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And as far as makeup, I have to wear a mask, everything. Well, I've always had disposable wands and lipstick things, but it's just being extra careful more now than ever before.
Absolutely. Let's see. What are some of your strengths in modeling, your strong points? I think my strengths as a model is my versatility, one, and I don't know, I'd say my determination. And I probably get that from having played professional basketball before, but I'm just I don't care what I got to do to get the shot. That's what we came out here for, so that's what we're going to get. I don't care how many jumps I got to do, how many runs I got to do. I don't care if I got to stand on this cliff or whatever. I want to get the shot. So I think that's definitely one of my strengths as a model, as well as my posing. But I attest that to practice. Just like anything, practice makes perfect. And when I said earlier about studying your craft, I took it very seriously, and I studied modeling as well. So I learned a lot of my posing from model Coco Rocha. She actually has published a book called The Study of Pose, and it's like this thick. It's this thick, and it's 1,000 poses, 1,000 different poses. And when I'm at home, I'm practicing those poses in the mirror. So when I get on the set, like I don't have to think about it. Like I'm doing whatever fits the mood and fits the outfit.
Wow, I think you need 1,000 pages. Hold up. You need a black version.
Yeah, you know what? That's something that I was actually working on with my photographer in Paris. We did a few shots. I have a post. I'll probably have to repost it just in case they forgot.
Hello.
Just in case they forgot.
Because you really do this. Like, you do this. And you've been doing it for a very long time. You know what I mean? You've been putting in the work.
And I take it serious. And I think that's something that needs to be said for models that are thinking about entering the industry or have thought about it. It's not play. Like, this isn't a game. Like, if you're gonna do it, you have to do it for real. So take it seriously, just as you would any other career path or venture.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Ukola said, how long do you wear your waist trainer for? Thank you so much for the compliment. I wear my waist trainer for 6 to 8 hours a day, sometimes longer. Like, the most I've worn it was probably from the morning up until when I was out till like 4 in the morning. And like, I can wear it all day. Like, I have it on now. I'll wear it until like it's time to wind down around 10 o'clock.
When you started out, how long were you wearing it?
I feel like 5 hours and maybe like 4 days a week. I wasn't like as on it. And then as I started to see results, I was more encouraged to wear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once you see results, you're like, I guess, you know.
Right.
So, yeah. And actually on my YouTube, I have a waist loss series. So I have a cousin, she's actually a model. Yes. Her name is Taylor Banner. And she was eating good, living better over Corona. So she started at a medium about 2 weeks ago. She's at a small now through like, you know, my diet plan and weight training. So
wow.
She's already lost so much weight. Yeah, she's serious.
And what's the name of your YouTube?
Ashley L. Dalton, same as my name. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I'm definitely gonna go check that out.
So I have videos up there. But yeah, so I hope that was helpful. I don't know.
No, I think it was helpful for me. So I always enjoy our conversations. Of course, like I love the flow of our conversations. So it's 4:52. Wow. So we are. That's awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I want to thank you again for joining me on this live. Everything that you have to say is always very insightful. So I'm more than happy to introduce you to my audience to tell them about what it is that you do.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I get it.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
It's the same thing in LA. Like sirens all the time, so I get it.
And I live like near the water. So, and a highway, it's just a lot happening over here.
Yeah. But yeah, again, you're amazing. I'm so proud of like how far you've come in the time that we met 5-6 years ago to now. Like it's and amazing.
I couldn't do makeup. Remember that too? I was not confident. Remember that? We ain't supposed to go overseas, but I remember I
definitely gotta post some throwback stuff. I got some footage now.
Yes. Oh, you have footage from that?
I got footage.
Wait, video from that?
Yes.
Experience?
Yes.
I need that video.
Because I remember some of the times like you was holding the phone.
Oh wow.
You remember?
But I only have like Snapchats, not like video, you know?
I gotta look and see what I got because I do have some footage from that.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll send it your way.
All right.
Okay.
Well, it has been
But
real.
yeah,
Thank you for having me, Cole.
Absolutely. And again, you guys, if you guys aren't already following Ashley on her Instagram as well as her YouTube, check her out. Check out her store. Again, she will get you right in all things Snatched.
Okay.
So check it out. And I will see you guys next Tuesday on my live. And I'll have another special guest. So make sure that you guys tune in for that. And until next time, thank you all for tuning in for Model Chat with Cole.
Bye, guys. Later.
Bye.